Yell makes the stop in the secondary for Denver. 1st and 10. The fake. Good block in there, and down it goes. Caught at the 30. This is the dynamic hill. He's in for 6. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown. What a block.
Take into your hands a plan. Your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour. Take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder. Work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters. They're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm f***ed off, it's these f***ing clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it.
Yeah, boy. These Miami Dolphins, 11-4, coming at you. What's going on, everybody? I mean, listen, I had to rush in, do the family stuff, wore this, did that, ate some food, came back, recharged, gonna be here on a Christmas Eve victory for the Dolphins. Man, I'm just proud of this football team right now. Listen, I was very encouraged from what I saw last week against the Jets. Just to grind out, grinding type football game. And we needed that. And the Dolphins kept to their guns, bro. Never did they, overextend themselves on offense. Let the defense do things. Jason the Money Man Sanders. As I watched Denver's kicker kick and miss right before halftime here, that was not our kicker tonight. Jason the Money Man Sanders coming up clutch. He hit a 52-yarder, a 54-yarder, and an all-time longest shot at 57 for him. First Dolphins player to hit 3 and make 3 50-plus yarders in a single game. Hit 5. Buddy was 5 of 5 today. Hit the like button. Speaking of Money Man Sanders, everybody get those likes up. Putting out all these videos and shorts and pre-recorded, like the I just dropped right before I went live, so it'll be hitting any minute now. The highlights of the live reaction. So all that stuff doesn't help us. So hit the like button, get the likes up. Come on in here, join the party. Come on at it. I'm gonna drop the link. I know there's a lot of people watching on Twitter right now. Salute everybody watching on X right now. Appreciate you guys. Make sure to hit that like button. Share the video. Guys, we are tied right now. I get it. Say what you want. We're a half a game back out of number 1. If the Ravens lose, Dolphins are number 1. Ravens could lose tomorrow. I mean, it is the Niners. It's not like the Niners suck. So, big game tomorrow night. Everybody gonna be watching. I might even call that game live at 8:15. Niners and Ravens. That's a big game, dude. Lot riding on there. Now, listen, win or lose doesn't really matter to the Dolphins if the Ravens win or lose. I just hope that it's a dogfight the whole way, and the Ravens, come in kind of lazy against Miami at home or against them in their house. So, I mean, listen, I'm gonna revel in this on a Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas to all. But man, Ali, who was live in the stadium, tell me, Ali, how electric of a win is this for us?
Bro, this is not just electric. It is energy. It's everything and anything. It is amazing, bro. I've never heard the stadium so freaking loud, roaring, you know what I mean? It didn't matter how many Dallas fans showed up. It was amazing. Probably one of the best atmospheres I've been in a long time at Hard Rock.
That's amazing to hear. Everybody for the holiday season showing up and showing out. Just a beautiful thing. And Dolphins in their throwbacks at home, coming in hot. Just amazing, man. What a game, dude. And you know what? Tua was real sound, took care of the ball, took some shots. That Dallas defense was coming after us a lot. Couple of big plays made on offense, but stayed sound and just eked out the win. I mean, Ali, Jason Sanders, AFC Player of the Week or what, dude?
Hell yeah, man. He was on the money, bro. He deserves to have his name back, and he is Money Sanders. And having a long field goal of 57 yards, that was ridiculous, bro.
Dude,
I'm sorry.
Crushed it. That was his first kick. He crushed it
Yeah,
from
the first
57,
one.
dude.
That was
Crushed it from
ridiculous.
57.
Yeah. I'm very impressed.
I'm just happy, bro. Again, the narrative's getting dispelled here with this win. Now, look, the haters are going to continue to hate the Dolphins. They're going to go, yeah, well, Dallas isn't really beating anybody, and they continue to not beat anybody. That was on what's going to happen. You guys got to win it on the road. You know what? There's only one game the Dolphins need to win on the road right now, and that's the next game against the Ravens. They win that road game and continue to do what they do at home, they won't have to play on the road in the entirety of the playoffs. Could you imagine that, Ali?
Yep. Yeah. It's a wonderful feeling, bro. I cannot tell you how much I yelled, screamed, cried,
Salute,
and laughed.
Thank
It's a wonderful feeling, bro. It really
Thank you,
is.
Samuel, for the congratulations. You know, just a lot of, and it was, what was great about this game? These two teams threw haymakers at each other the entirety of the game. Both teams on offense and defense did everything they could to set the tone, try to push up on you. Plays made on both sides of the ball for both teams, but it was just the small plays that were made. The special teams downing it by Campbell, downing it at the 2-yard line. The Deshaun Elliott hit that prevents them from going into the end zone, and they run it up the gut, and there's a fumble. Huge. Like, in a game where two opponents are this good, now I get it, they got the doors blown off of them by the Bills in Buffalo, but I just seen Buffalo eke out a victory against the Chargers. Again, Buffalo got lucky. You know what I'm saying? Buffalo at home is a different animal than they are anywhere else. But bottom line is that this is a team in Dallas who's been playing good, who's going to be in the playoffs, is going to, continue to be a hard team to face. And the Dolphins too. And it was just the slight details that things went in this game, the slight things that happened that changed the game. It's such a good thing. We got Greg in the back. What up, Greg?
Yo, what's up?
Did you get that off my Twitter, Greg?
Yeah, of course.
You got that
Bro,
here.
that pick
on
is
my
the
Twitter,
best pick.
in circulation.
The only question I have now is for the geeks on ESPN and all these stations. What's the narrative going to be now? What's the narrative going to be now with this team? Oh, the Miami Dolphins beat a winning team, but they didn't be an AFC winning team. Oh, the Miami Dolphins
I already got a sneak
on the
peek.
road. They beat them at
I
home.
already got a sneak peek of what Colin Cowherd's narrative is going to be. I've been telling you all week, Miami is the real deal. Not only do they have the Gucci bag, they got the Gucci bag that has the secret code number in the inside, which is also known as the retro old school logo, throwback logo, and that's how you know they got the real one. That's what he'll probably say.
He's gonna lay the win on the retro uniforms. That's fucking the weakest argument ever. You know what though? I will say Colin Cowherd is putting skates on. Come here, probably first thing tomorrow morning. I don't know. Like, is he gonna? He's probably gonna come on Christmas and begin to skate and handing the Dolphins their flowers just to be on the right side of right, because I'll tell you what, especially if the Ravens lose in a certain type of fashion, he'll be kissing he'll be puckering up and kissing the Dolphins' blowhole on this one.
Honest,
not their blowhole, their blowhole.
Yep.
I hope the Ravens win tomorrow night. I really do. I want them to talk all about the Ravens and how they're going to beat the living crap out of us, and then we come up there and we beat that ass.
Shout out to everybody in chat. I see everyone. Please hit the like button. We've been putting out a lot of content. They're not sending out the notifications. Make sure to hit the like button. Help out the channel. I mean, just a great game all the way around. Defense was playing lights out. Again, special team. Look, I love Jason Moneyman Sanders when they pick him up. He counts on his fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Dolphins, with this victory, going 11-4, has clinched a playoff berth.
4
the
wins
second
away.
team in the AFC to clinch a playoff berth. Everyone mathematically needs to get to 11. I mean, you know who's got the next best record right now? Is the 5th seed in the friggin' the Browns with
Cleveland.
a 10-5 record. Can you believe that?
Bro, did you guys see what Amari Cooper did today?
Yeah, I was
did.
watching that game.
Didn't he get like 200 yards or something stupid like that?
260, bro,
half.
something like that. It was something ridiculous.
And you know what? I've unwisely sat Joe Flacco on my bench, and I'm in a dogfight in my fantasy football league right now, trying to win. Javonte Williams can either make it or break it for me right now. What's up, Hooked Up Joe? How about these narratives getting crushed today, buddy?
Yes, it's definitely a narrative crushing day. Man, I'm loving it. We couldn't be. This was exactly the type of win you want to see. You know, one where I mean, soon as we were 1 point behind and we had 4 minutes, I'm like, perfect. They always do this to us. They run it down. They run the clock down to 2 seconds and they kick the field goal. I'm like, we're going to do it. This is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to do the shit they do to us every single time. We're about to do it on them right now. And we did it. That's a championship winning team win right there. The best acquisition of the offseason across the entire NFL was Fangio. Hands down.
Merry Christmas, Dolphin State of Mind. Thank you for that. Guys, hit the like button. Almost 80 in the room, not even 40 likes. Get the likes up, please. Help a brother out. Get those likes up. Catch them up to where we're at. Listen, dude, just a beautiful, beautiful symphony of team football played all the way around. And I'm just happy that, you know, this team is proving that now they can go ahead and take on these fights that we're gonna find in the playoffs, dude. This is playoff type football. Defense taking care of the football, making the most of your opportunities. And you know what? When it came down to that last 4 minutes, and they went up, the defense held them to a field goal, and they went up, or whatever it was, they went up 22-21 against the Dolphins. I said, I was like, I do not want to hear how the defense lost this game. There's almost 4 minutes left of football. We got 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Get down, score a field goal and win this game, run the clock out, run that 4-minute drill, and that is exactly what they did in class action. Mike McDaniel and Tua and them, they could have gotten, you know, they could have overthought it. They could have said, you know what, let's get down here and score, let's force it, and it could have bit them in the ass, and they didn't do that. They even had Jeff Wilson come in there running out the clock towards the end, getting them to burn up their final timeouts. I was impressed with their ability to be smart and not get ahead of themselves. This is exactly the stuff I've been saying we need to see at this team at this time. Opportunities are going to present themselves to dial up a play or put together this drive that you think is going to work at the beginning of the game, right before halftime, right after halftime, whatever, or even in the fourth quarter. But just maintaining, knowing, hey, Sanders is on, we get inside the 40, and he's going to crush this thing, and that's exactly what they did. And they just ran out the clock, got them to use up, didn't go run down and score a touchdown or a field goal and leave them with time to then ask the defense to do it. The offense took command. Shout out to Tua, who has proven now, Waddle getting banged up during this game. Also, Tyreek Hill definitely was not 100%.
Right, it was way low on snaps.
He was.
He had to be 25% of the snaps.
Dude, he was definitely not 100% at all. Raheem Mostert comes out of the. I mean, just other people getting involved in the game plan, and Tua answers it and just plays well, takes some shots, just great, man, just awesome all the way around. Craig coming in from the back. What up, Craig? What'd you think of the game,
Hey,
Craig?
guys, Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas, buddy.
Oh, my God, my heart was pumping. I thought I was going to have a heart attack.
Yeah, me too. I
love
almost
it.
lost it.
And you know what? It shut people like Colin Cowturd and some of the other guys. Hey, we can beat anybody. And we proved it today. Did we have our highest score in offense? No. But you know what? The Sandman made the Cowboys go to sleep not happy tonight.
Nice, Craig. I like it. The Sandman put them to sleep.
Yeah,
Tucked them in and put them to bed for Christmas morning tomorrow. Gonna find nothing but coal in they motherfucking stockings. Let's go, Sandman, bitches. Let's go. Lou, what is up, Lou? What about these Dolphins, Lou?
Cat. Listen, I've been saying it for I don't know how long now. And this is what I'm talking about. And I think Craig just was touching on it. It's not the best offensive performance, right? Like there was some misplays here and there. But what do we always talk about? Or at least me and a lot of the guys here at TFTG. We don't care about the yards. And this is why the narrative of, well, TFTG is the biggest hater. I'm going to go from the TFTG perspective. Right, we're always the negative Nancy's, right? We're always the guys in the community.
We're just the realest motherfuckers alive, Lou, and they don't know how to handle real. But go ahead.
We're just the realists, right? Because we always talk about the moments, right? When the lights are the brightest, right? And guess what happened when the lights were the brightest in the darkest moments? You're down in the game. You need a drive, not only Tua, but this offense in general, right? Coaching, running game, Tua making the throws when it's needed. These are the moments, right? Another narrative killed, Cat. I think we should all feel proud of our Miami Dolphins because again, it's when the moments, right? Everybody, all eyes watching, moment, game on the line, you deliver. This is the team that I believe they're legitimate Super Bowl contenders.
Funny shit.
Yes, sir.
Great moments from guys all on the defense, but I'm going to point something out. Big plays made. Tua was clutch today. Didn't make any costly mistakes.
Nope.
There was some low snaps that he rehandled, threw the ball away,
got the job done, bro.
Got the job done. Remember
done.
when the play clock was winding down and Tua takes the timeout, and it could have been, dude, if you would have taken the 5-yard penalty, what did we do? We scored on that.
Yeah.
We scored on that.
Absolutely.
Tua took that timeout before. It's heads up football in that way. And then
It's sniper, baby.
Listen.
And you know what? You want to know what? There's one unsung hero that nobody's talking about,
Hold
and
on,
it's
let me-
Lewis's favorite player.
Durham Smythe.
Yeah.
Durham Smythe
Durham
actually made some
fucking
first downs
Smythe.
that we needed. So
Durham Smythe.
shout out
That's
to
who
him.
I was going to
Look
get
what
to.
happens when you actually use it.
Shout out Durham Smythe. Absolutely, shout out Durham Smythe.
And Sanders with the
Yep.
3
The Sandman. The Sandman, baby.
Yeah.
Slept him today. The Sandman, Durham Smythe, Tua, all making plays, putting points on the board. Just a beautiful thing. And, guys, this is a team. Look, dude, Jalen Waddle got poked in the eye, got fucking hooked up on, wasn't playing right. I mean, let's call it for what it is. He only had one catch for 50 yards on the day, everybody. And one other I think he got a handoff or something like that, or a sweep. That's it. Very limited use. Chosen Anderson makes a catch, gets knocked out of the game. Tyreek Hill is obviously not with it today. Mostert out most of this game. Jeff Wilson coming in making plays. I mean, we got into the bottom parts of all of our skill positions on offense, and Tua and Mike McDaniel beat one of the better defenses in the NFL, much less the NFC and the Dallas Cowboys, in a drag-out fight. I am proud of this football team. I feel great about this football team. Currently constructed, this team has shown me not only the ability to rack up points and run bitches up out of the hood quick, just straight dice up, put 3 touchdowns on you in a quarter, and run you out the building. Seen them do it. They also have grit. They've got the ability to take and get in a phone booth and fight out a win. Everybody should be proud. What up, John? What up, Crypto? Where's the goalpost now? Todd coming in here too. Everybody here for the post-game party. Hit the like button, everyone watching. Got 100+ watching. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Hey, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all y'all.
Appreciate it.
And real quick, Kat, because I'm going to get up out of here. I'm at a party. I'm drinking a little bit. Salute to everybody. Merry Christmas to everybody. But I think you touched on something.
Lewis, enjoy yourself and be safe, my friend.
Oh, you already know, Todd. And like I said, Merry Christmas to everybody. But I just wanted to touch on something that Cap said earlier, and again, specifically about Tua, right? Again, when the moments, how many low snaps were there?
Oh, there had to have been at least 4. I can think of 4.
Even when Tua dropped the ball, right, on 1, and then he picked it up and he looked upfield, hit Durham Smythe for a big pickup, right? These are the things that, again, when shit is awry, right? And it's not going to plan. It's not scheduled. It's off script. These are the things that when we're labeled, when I come out or Cap comes out or Color comes out and we say these things, we're labeled as haters. The reason that we expect more is because you see today? That's why we expect more
Tua's
from this
poise
team.
that helped us on offense win this football game.
He overcame. Right, Cap. He overcame. And this is why on losses, we are going to take it a little bit harder because, gentlemen, I'll leave you with this. We have a top 5 quarterback, right? But we can't baby him all the time. We can't coddle him all the time. If he messes up, it's okay to say he messes up because he's also going to give you moments like this tonight where everybody can praise him. And I'll leave you guys with that. Salute to everybody. Merry fucking Christmas. I love this channel. I love fucking El Capitan. I love this fucking team. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. You know what? Lou's right. I'm cracking open some fucking booze too. Hit it up.
Crack them open.
Hey, and you know what? Bringing in Wilson at that time was perfect because that's where they struggled between the tackles, and look what he did.
And Wilson just doing a great job in limited snaps, putting the work on them. I mean, dude, it's just a beauty, bro. Just a beaut.
And they trusted him for that final first down. Right?
Dude,
they got that final first down.
They trusted him the final drive. He was in there most of the entire final drive.
On the last drive,
It was beautiful, man. I'm just impressed with this coaching. The depth showing up these last 2 weeks on both sides of the ball. Dude, Javon Holland didn't play today, guys. Javon Holland didn't play today.
That was a textbook 4-minute drive to close out a game.
Exactly.
I'm saying, bro.
Championship drive.
That's what
you know. I was happy that got a lot of snaps today. Melvin Ingram. Melvin Ingram was out there half the game, more than half the game.
You know who else I saw on my TV screen getting snaps in crucial moments?
That's interesting, Ali.
Cameron Good making appearances these last 2 weeks. This young man is stepping up. Everybody, again, guys. I'm
gonna tell you guys a name that you might not.
Is that Big Nick? What up, Big Nick?
What's going on? You know who's a stud on this team that always goes unrecognized? Julian Hill is a stud, man.
He don't go unrecognized to me, buddy. I see that man out and blocking, down in and down out.
We found one, guys. I'm telling you, that dude is a stud, man.
And I tell you what, shout out to Mike McDaniel with our kicker, giving him confidence in his ear this year when everybody else was against him. And look what he goes out and does in clutch situations.
Just a beauty.
Hey, I know he's a far shot of winning this, but I'm going to go out. If Miami had a defensive MVP of the year that they vote on themselves, I'm sorry, Van Ginkel is the defensive player of the year, in my opinion. No. Van Ginkel put his body on the line. He can stop. Look at this game. He had 10 tackles, 4 QB hits, 1 for loss, 1.5 sacks, and 1 pass block, too. That was today's game alone.
dude.
So
and that
I'm sorry,
pass-
Van Ginkel, Defensive Player of the Year for Miami, in my opinion. Go ahead.
I'm gonna give
Go
you
ahead.
one reason why I love everything you just said, and I would agree with you except for one thing. We're the number one defense in the NFL since one guy got into the lineup.
Oh,
Ramsey.
It's true. I'm just impressed what he's bringing to the table, bro. I can't help it. He does it every game, so I can't, you know.
Here's the thing. Van Ginkel is still playing outside and inside
Van
linebacker
Ginkel still
at
playing
any
right side.
given snap.
Hey,
Shout
my
out to
coach-
AVG.
My coach of the year on the staff is Butch Berry because I thought Parsons would be a lot more involved than he was.
Yeah, I'll give you that one too. That's a good one too. Yeah.
Did you see Studsville almost fall over when Raheem scored that touchdown? Like, oh my God. Like, they showed a picture of Studsville. Like, he was the only one that, like, didn't jump up and down. He was like, he melted in relief. Like, oh, God.
Yeah, well, it's we need it. We needed it all.
Yeah.
Listen, man, it was just
Dude, Raheem, 1,000 yards at the age of 31 and 21 touchdowns.
You know what I love about this game too? Officials didn't get too involved. Both these teams kept the same energy the whole game.
Yep.
And it was just who was gonna
Fucking God.
This comes out to like who gets the ball last, and the Dolphins had the ball last. That's what it was. It was one of those games. Everybody made some plays. They even had some sacks on us. Dolphins got a couple more breaks with the mistakes that Dallas made, but dude, just
they only had one sack.
I'm just thinking about it in this perspective. We're still not firing on all cylinders with our team at its healthiest. At some given moment between now and the playoffs, we're going to see a lot more of the guys we're missing around here. And what's that going to look like? Because I'm telling you right now, whenever they call the next man up's number to take snaps, I'm looking at those guys making fucking plays right now, dude. I'm looking at guys making plays that are second and third guys, backup guys, all over the roster on both sides of the ball, making their presence felt. This is a real fucking football team.
We're doing that now.
I hate saying this because I keep trying to blame them for things. I hate saying this, but shout out to the medical and health team and fitness team of the Miami Dolphins, because regardless of how many people we've had on IR and how many straight games now, I want to say this is the third or fourth straight game where we got injuries to major players on the field, they somehow manage a way to find the way to win, bro. And those guys still come back to play the next game. So shout out to them, to be honest.
I'll caveat that, Ali. Shout out to the position coaches getting the guys in their room ready for snaps at anywhere on the field. Shout out to this coaching staff.
Tell me something.
What do you guys say to this? The Miami Dolphins currently are missing 6 Pro Bowlers and 5 All-Pros that are going to come back, except for maybe one of them.
Think about this. At the beginning of the season, we said Brandon Jones was not a fit. The man is playing good coverage. His secondary coach has gotten him back into it. He made the play with the fumble.
He got to wrap up. He got to wrap up, though. He got to wrap up. He's not wrapping up. He's going for the boom hit. He's got to wrap
Brandon
up.
Jones, we don't count on Brandon Jones the way we have learned to count on Deshaun Elliott. Maybe in years to come.
Dude, and I'm
Brandon
telling you,
Jones
Deshaun
still.
Elliott.
What's Brandon Jones in his 4th year right now?
But Deshaun Elliott made the play of the game, keeping the guy out.
Oh
the
my
end zone.
God, Deshaun Elliott, one-arm tackle on Pollard to keep him out while getting blocked.
Ziegler was right there to hold him out too.
And
you know?
Ziegler comes up with a
Right
clean
there.
up.
That was the difference in the game.
I mean, dude, this defense is playing in sync, in absolute.
You're right, Todd.
harmony
That was
right
the
now.
difference in the game.
Hey, Wilkins,
That was the play of the
on
game
another
right
level
there.
right now.
Yeah, I'm
man.
going to
Wilkins
call
on
that. I
another
agree
level.
100%.
We'll
The
get
very
all of
opening drive, he got the play of the game.
Wilkins on another level too right now, man.
Man, that was a BS roughing call on him, but at the same time, it was
Listen,
Bro.
gotta, look,
was
gotta say this.
100%
Gotta give it to
garbage.
Dak. He did a good acting job pulling him into him.
Yep.
That's why he
Yeah,
immediately
hold him
looked
down.
back to be like, "Hey, flag," because he knew
Yeah.
he was going to get it. You got to
They
hand
should
it to him.
review that
That's
stuff.
a heads
If
up
I'm
play
a
by a
referee-
veteran quarterback that's trying
Yeah,
to
it
get
was.
themselves out of a bad situation.
if I'm a referee, I'm still throwing that flag on Parsons because for the simple fact, I looked at it, he can see he threw the ball.
Yeah.
He can see he threw the ball.
Yeah, dude, and he obviously jumps and puts force behind his forearm into his back. That's what it is. I said it in the game call. It's not necessarily a bad hit. It's an intent that he obviously exhibited upon hitting him. He tried to lay into him from behind, and they got to protect quarterbacks in this game. How many what do we got? What do we got? 10 of the 16 games have backup quarterbacks in it. I'm watching one right now. Billy Zappi's in there. I get it not because of injury, but this is the year of the backup quarterback. We can't lose anymore.
We've been losing a starting quarterback.
New England's ahead of that game. New England's it's 9-7.
New England is ahead. Russell Wilson's trying to do something.
It is the year of the backup quarterback. You ain't right about that.
Special assistant this year. His jiu-jitsu coach.
CB.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of this team, guys.
Hey, can I say something about
how many games has Tua played this year, Capitan?
Every one of them, buddy. Every one of them.
Where's
That,
the goalpost now?
another narrative getting dispelled. Winning in December, playing big games, Tua staying healthy, continuing to dispel all the. This is the narrative. This is the year of the narrative killing.
Hey, how many times have you seen Tua get hit and he rolls instead of falling backwards like he used to?
He didn't fall flat on his face like he used to. I mean, they used
Tua
to push
would
him in
fall-
the back and he'd
fall
fall
and
flat
land
on his
like-
face. Now he did a roll and pops
The
right
only
back
thing,
up with a little
the only
judo
thing I would
thing.
love him to do is kind of what you saw Dak Prescott do and get rid of the ball before he goes down. That's
I
the
saw him
only
do
thing
that
I wish
today.
he would
I
do
saw,
more often.
I saw him throw a couple of passes to nowhere just to get rid of it a couple times.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. But when he gets touched, though, he goes straight down. That's the only thing I don't like.
So
actually,
remember, he's not as big as Prescott. Prescott is
here's
thick,
the
man.
thing.
Prescott
Here's
is
the
pretty
thing.
big.
I'm seeing these last 2 weeks from Tua and Mike McDaniel working with other parts of the roster. We're talking about the chosen Andersons. I mean, how many freaking pass attempts did Tua throw to Cedric Wilson today?
Smythe had his season this week.
Also, Jeff Wilson. They're using Smythe. Yes, passes to Smythe. They're using all these other parts of their roster and winning these games. And I'm seeing Tua take. It's not so much the plays we get; it's the plays we didn't make mistakes in, and that's something I'm seeing out of this offense. Throwing the ball away, living to fight another down, not doing too much to find yourself putting yourself in a bad position by doing too much. That is my take for these last 2 weeks. It is crucial that they have calmed themselves and have learned how to manage the clock as a team on offense to impose their will when they can and not fuck up, bro. It's huge. The defense is playing good. They're leaning and playing as a cohesive team, not trying to carry themselves into big victories and scoring 40-plus points. They can grind this shit out right now, and they are. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Did you hear Van Ginkel after the game? He says there's no champagne in this locker room. We're getting ready for next week.
That's right. That is right.
So, Captain, sounds like to me what you're saying from Tua is $52 million a year.
I mean, listen, I'm not saying he can't earn every dime of that. Come here. He continues playing. We get in the playoffs and keep doing what I see in this team's future.
Nick, that's probably the most realistic sweet spot for him.
He gonna get every dime of that.
Yeah.
I think it'll probably be more 48, 49.
If he does
that's the most realistic sweet spot for him, Nick. That's about the right point.
Maybe he could do what the guy from the Dodgers did. He's taking 3% and backloading the rest after he retires. That'd be kind of nice.
Yeah, to do that.
No, I'm joking. It's a joke because the guy from the Dodgers did that. And I'm just saying I wish he could do that.
Hey, I want to say something about about Sanders, because I was watching games. I went and watched condensed games of the Cowboys just to get an idea what they were all about. And I'm seeing their kicker, and I'm like, man, their kicker is going to kick field goals on our ass all day long. I mean, they're going to have field goal. Like when we were calculating the score, I'm like, okay, 4 field goals they're going to get on us, right? Because I watched this guy made a 59 and a 60 back-to-back like 2 games ago, right? Their field goal kicker is like phenomenal, right?
Yeah,
How
he's
how
good
does
too.
he kick,
Yeah,
right?
he's been
So
doing
for
okay.
McDaniels, for Mike McDaniel to go out there and put our kicker out there and play their own game against them. I mean, he put Sanders out there in a situation where their other kicker is like
Yeah, it's a
Mr. Kicker,
flex.
right?
He flexed on
And
his
he
ass.
flexed on his ass. Exactly. He put Sanders out there in a position. I mean, that is balls. I mean,
Yeah.
that balls
That
to go
looked
out
like
there
rookie
and do
Sanders.
50-50,
That was huge for McDaniel
right?
to do
I
that.
mean, that
Yep.
is trust. That
Yeah, but we should
shows.
have 3 more
I
points,
mean,
though.
that's building for the freaking playoffs, knowing you got to have a confident kicker. How much more confidence can you give your kicker than to put him in a position to be able to get 3 50-yard field goals?
Hey,
Probably
how much?
going to get
Yeah.
special teams player
Hey.
of the week, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we
How
should have 3
how
more
much did
points.
you like seeing him at the end of the game counting with his hand? 1.
Oh yeah, I like little salty Sanders. We got a salty Tua. Now we got salty Sanders here
Oh my
too.
God, that's
I love it.
great. I love it.
I love it.
Sanders.
Yeah.
Count
Now-
them off with a 5-banger there. on
Yeah,
Sanders.
I got the 5-piece out.
Now the difference between Salty Tua and Salty Sanders is that Tua is talking to the outside world, whereas Sanders is definitely talking to
Fuck
us.
all that. I want to see Sanders come into the locker room
Yeah,
next
ain't
week
nobody
wearing a
outside world
do-rag.
criticizing Sanders
I want to
right
see
now.
I'm telling you.
Sanders walking into the locker room next week
Yeah,
wearing a
Sanders is
do-rag.
probably
When
talking
he
to us.
accepts his AFC Special Teams Player of the Week award on
Yep.
Good Morning Football, I want to see him wearing an orange do-rag, looking like the guy from Napoleon Dynamite's little fucking brother and shit. That's what I want to see. Do it. Do it,
crap
dude.
out of people is what I want,
And
man.
nothing but a jock. And nothing but a jock scrap
Yep.
on. Nothing
Got
but
his
a
hamburger meat hanging out, just sitting there. Fucking don't give a
No,
damn,
Jesus.
dude.
Dude, that was a team victory right there.
Yeah.
Defense. Man, our defense played lights out for that game, man. We held
And
that
then the
offense.
offense carried it in at the very end. Like that is
Yep.
exactly what you want.
Again,
right
we
there.
know what
We
this
had no
offense can
turnovers,
do.
which is good.
We know what this offense can do when they're having their way with somebody. They can just rack up the score. I'm
Right.
finding it equally as impressive from this offense that I know can throw up points by having restraint and controlling the game and grinding out wins and not allowing themselves to put their defense in bad situations. It is
Hey,
a
seriously, let me
beautiful
ask you
fucking
something.
thing.
How
people.
many of you thought when we got the ball back that last time we were going to give them the ball back with like a minute and a half left?
I did. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I was worried
It could-
about it. I was worried
Yeah,
about it.
I thought about it, but yeah, you know,
Hey, check
I
this
did.
out.
we
I
used
put
the
in the
purpose
chat.
to close the
Put
game
in
out,
the
so
chat.
don't
That was
forget
a
that.
perfect
So we're
job
about to do
of
it.
play calling to get it down to 2 seconds.
To be
Hey,
honest,
guys,
the
guys.
Cowboys shot themselves in
Hey, y'all
What
ready
you
to
say,
go?
about it. It would have
Y'all
been
ready
it
to
would have
give
been
me a
better for them to score fast rather than try to play the clock on us when realistically they kind of burnt themselves with that whole clock because the moment that you gave the ball with 3 minutes to go to Miami, Mike McDaniel not only is going to get his team in position to win the game, but he's going to burn the clock at the same time. So it really Dallas
No,
screwed that whole
no, they didn't
quarter
burn
up, to be
themselves there,
honest.
Ali. They burned themselves
And
with
then
the
we got
8-chain
that
face
face
mask.
mask call on them.
That was when they really burnt
Crypto.
themselves.
Crypto, you'll
Yeah.
love this. You'll love this. Watch this collective groan. So the Miami Dolphins are a 3-minute collapse and a fumble return from being 13-2 right now.
No bullshit, bro. If the
Oh my
Dolphins
God.
face, if the
That's
Dolphins
right.
face the Eagles or the Chiefs at this point, I
Yeah,
think
that
the
could be-
Dolphins absolutely
kicking
the
their
only
ass.
teams I'm looking at.
3-minute collapse and a fumble return from being 13-2 right
The
now.
only teams I'm looking at right now where the Dolphins playing the way they can play when the offense is having their way or showing restraint and letting the defense and run game carry them and and be, you know, a full fucking football team. The Niners.
That's it.
The Bills and the Ravens are the three teams that match up with the Dolphins that are going to be the Titans, and we're going to see 2 out of those 3 games coming up here in the next few weeks, bro. I can't wait.
Yeah.
And the Ravens play tomorrow. Ravens 49ers play tomorrow.
Dude, I am loving it up here in Jacksonville, being able to talk smack to all the Jags as they keep losing.
Jags suck, bro.
Yeah, they
Bro, they got blown out by the Buccaneers, bro. That was ridiculous.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
weak sauce.
they one of them crazy ass playoff performance teams, man.
They're hot and cold. They're hot and cold, bro.
You just don't know which Jacksonville team you're gonna get.
Yeah, but now
It's only because
they have the playoffs. I don't even know.
Well, they are missing their best wide receiver.
So what you're saying, Crypto, is that the Jacksonville Jaguars are the Jacksonville Chargers then, because that's the same thing. You never know which Chargers you're going to get. It was so bad.
Absolutely, yes.
That's exactly what they are. They're the Jacksonville Chargers. Holy
Don't
shit.
bring up the Chargers. I'm so upset with them about last night.
I'm still mad at them, too. They should have gotten the job done.
Yes.
I'm not relying on the Chargers to do our dirty work. We just go there and win next week and stop worrying about it.
I ain't sweating it.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of the Ravens either. We can take care of business, bro. I'm not worried about it.
Everybody hit the like
Plus,
button.
with the Ravens playing the Niners tomorrow night, think about it. They got to fly across to the West Coast and then fly back and play another good team. I can wear on you. So hopefully we'll be ready for them.
We are 3-4 in the last. 3-1 in the last 4 games against the Ravens.
I just want to say, y'all realize something real quick. Do y'all realize something? Ravens lose tomorrow night against the Niners. The Dolphins go and beat the Ravens.
We're number 1 in the AFC, or AFC.
And it's locked.
Yeah.
And it's locked, isn't it? It's locked.
It's locked. It's locked. Right.
It don't matter what the Bills do. They can win and get in the playoffs. They're already in seeding right now.
Them out.
Well, no, because they could almost lose and still get in. I think with the way a lot of these teams have lost.
They're going to be hoping
it all depends on what happens with Denver right now tonight.
No, they
honestly.
don't.
You guys got to remember.
They control their own destiny now. It's out of the Broncos' hands. They have too many losses.
If we drop one game and Kansas City don't, they're the number 1 seed. So it does. But we have to finish. We have to run it out.
No, we don't. Right. Kansas City's still 2 back behind us.
No, they're not. They're 1 back.
They're only 1.
They're 1.
They're 1
on us.
They're 1 in the loss
They
column.
got the heads-up matchup. They would need a tying record, but they are still 2 games behind us, guys.
Big Nick's right. Really. We can't afford a loss and Kansas City went out.
Oh, right. They were.
But I'm looking at it like this. You got to understand. Now I'm saying the Dolphins will be 12-4 heading into the final game of the year. It doesn't matter if they win. If there's no way that the Chiefs can win 2 games in week 1 to jump us at number 1. If the Ravens lose tomorrow and the Dolphins beat the Ravens,
we cannot lose to the Bills and the Chiefs can still get the number 1 seed.
No, they can't.
Yes, they can. They only have 5 losses.
KC's gonna probably win on Monday.
KC has 5 losses now.
KC has 5 losses. Big
okay,
right.
So KC still has to play tomorrow then?
Yeah, they're gonna beat the Raiders on Monday.
Let's go Raiders. We need the Raiders to win
play it out.
and the
We have
Niners
to beat
win.
the Bills
Fuck
to
all
get
that
the
other
top seed.
bullshit.
Yeah, or just us to win out.
You know what's going to happen, right? Y'all know what's going to happen,
City
right?
wins out, we got to win out in order to get the number 1 seed.
Kansas City's going to win tomorrow. Ravens are going to lose tomorrow, and there's essentially going to be a 3-way tie for first in the AFC heading into the final week.
But no, it won't.
We'll still be 1 game up.
We'll still be 1 game up. That's right.
Right, which means we're required to beat Buffalo no matter what to get the top
Good.
seed.
I want to keep our starters out there and beat Buffalo.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
I'm trying to watch fucking the Raiders win and the Niners win and then us beat the Ravens and us not have to beat Buffalo and not fucking worry about them at all.
That would be nice.
I'd rather put the backup guys in the last game of the year.
No,
that's not gonna happen though.
No, you don't want to give our guys 2 weeks off.
I don't want to play Buffalo 2 weeks in a row.
You don't have to play Buffalo 2 weeks in a row.
Right,
We ain't playing the first week. We'll be number 1.
Hey, I'm saying you don't want to give our guys 2 weeks off on a timing offense. We're rusty.
No, you will be playing Buffalo 2 weeks in a row.
I think you guys are overthinking it, bro. I think you're overthinking it. Honestly, I don't foresee this team the type of team that gets extra time off and slacks. I don't see that as this football team. This team's
Plus,
gonna
we're hurt.
be dialed in.
We need
I would rather guys like
right now.
Isaiah Wynn and
that's why you got to play everybody
Hunt.
in week 18 now.
I'd rather have Isaiah Wynn and Robert Hunt and Armstead 1,000,000,000% in the playoffs after a first week
Isaiah
bye.
Wynn's
Fuck
done
all
for
that
the year.
bullshit.
Isaiah Wynn's done for the year.
And how? Tell me this: Xavier Howard is still better than most corners in the league at 85%. He's clearly not 100% out there.
No, he's 100%. He's just lost a step, dog. I think.
Yeah, he's
Dude, he still could. That one though.
That's who he is. He is who
was
he
up
is.
there with CD. He could have, or that one guy Turner or whoever it was, because he could have broke that pass up. His hand was in the middle there.
Good strong X man. Good strong growing X gets that interception. He timed it perfect. Couldn't get up.
You can't hear him.
I can't hear him. Who is it? Somebody whispering?
No,
I couldn't hear him.
You sound like you're a mile and a half away.
Hey,
it sounds like he's
you guys
talking to a
realize who else
megaphone.
is dominating up front for us when he's in the game?
Through a string phone.
Our big nose tackles not letting people run the ball on us. When he's out there,
Devontae Parker just made a nice catch.
Yeah.
What's the score of that game?
Yeah, New England's probably going to win that game.
7-9.
It's 9-7.
And that's because they missed the extra point. Could be
Right.
7-10.
Billy Zappi
Patriots
is having
are
an
in the red
out-of-body
zone
experience.
at about the 12-yard line, 1st and 10. I need Javonte Williams to get back in this
Hey guys,
game.
I'm telling you, I think next week Buffalo's going to lose to New England. I think Belichick's going to want to leave the division with a win before he goes to another team.
I just
agree.
want to. I don't care if they win or lose.
beating
Honestly, Todd, I just want them to put the weight on them. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, they've already beaten Buffalo once this year.
I got that.
When the
but I
last
just want
time
to
they
see them.
swept Buffalo without Tom Brady?
Yeah, I ain't sweating them to
That's
win or
not
lose.
happening.
I just want the New England Patriots to give them all they got.
Not that game is going to be in Buffalo too.
The Chargers game would come down to what it did, and I'm
But
sorry.
yeah, that was them. That was them having zeal because of a new head coach thing. Everybody gets up for their brand new head coach and play inspired football.
That is the first time I've seen
Just
this.
like the Raiders did.
I've never seen what it looked like. Okay.
Well, you know what,
they're
guys?
cream
You know what,
colors
guys?
right
I'm
now.
just happy. 11-4 sounds so pretty, doesn't it?
Oh man, it sounds
It
great.
does. I was looking at that just a minute ago. I was like, "Wow, is that 11-4?" And I'm just sitting there. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, "I'm gonna screenshot that, man. Let me frame that shit." A moment of silence as we all enjoy
Oh man,
the 11 wins. And this is the first time we've done that since '94. First time we've been like clinched a playoff spot.
A lot of our young fans have never seen 11-4.
God, that's 29 years.
damn scummy.
God, you
Man,
make
it
me
seems like
cool.
yesterday, doesn't it? For anybody talking about a string phone, whoever that was.
And how much of a different game? I get that the Dolphins won 22-20, while the Bills win 22-20 on Saturday, but totally a different football game. I mean, Bills skating out narrowly on the skin of their ass, while the other game with the Dolphins just in an absolute slugfest, back and forth.
Yeah.
Total different football games, even though both had the same score. Man, how
Yeah,
football
but-
is so great.
Yeah, but you got to look at it. Chargers were playing with a whole new regime, backup quarterback.
Yep.
No
You
head
know-
coach making wrong plays,
Patriots
too.
just scored again.
Yeah, that was a fucking Mike Gesicki who catches it out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow, what a throw by Zappy, man. That was a good throw by Zappy.
No Christmas
Screw
victory.
themselves out of draft choice.
No
Man,
You guys
our
realize
players
that Bills
story.
if the Dolphins and Bills both win next week, and Denver loses this game, that Dolphins game, the Dolphins will win the division, but that game might not mean anything. For Miami, it will. For Buffalo, it won't.
Right, it won't at that
Yeah,
point.
because the minute we win next week, we
they're
clinch
gonna
the
be
division.
Oh, imagine the
It won't mean nothing for either team at
Buffalo-
that point.
Bills rest
Buffalo
their
could-
players.
Buffalo could have a de facto bye week.
Yeah, and the Buffalo Bills could lay down to the Dolphins, giving us the first round
giving
bye.
us the first seed.
You know what's I keep telling you guys, I've been trying to speak it into existence. I also want to say congratulations on making the playoffs this year and how Tua of these last 2 weeks has been on point.
He has.
He's really been. I mean, guys, Tyreek Hill wasn't 100%. Waddle was banged up. He was in and out of the game. The offensive line injuries. Mostert was in and out of the game. And Tua these last 2 weeks, man. And let's be fair to Dallas. Dallas has one of the best pass rushes in the NFL.
Oh, God, yeah.
They're legit. And Tua, I saw Tua make a couple throws where he stood in there and took the hit and was just on point.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, I'm feeling it in my gut. I think Buffalo is going to go to Miami for the AFC Championship. I'm telling you,
man, that would be one hell of an AFC Championship game. It would be a throwback back in the day, bro.
Hey, I don't want that. I want Kansas City again.
They traveling to the 10. You saying they're gonna be on the road?
I had to believe it.
Do you guys realize how much fun this is? That the Patriots are a joke now, and that it's back to the Kelly. It's like the Kelly Marino years again.
Yeah, but hey, I'm sorry. I want Kansas City again in the AFC Championship.
Oh my God! The fucking kick return guy for Denver. Hold up, real quick. The kick return guy for Denver. What a fucking loser that guy is.
Yeah, that's game.
He literally he muffs the kick, right? Then picks it back up, runs back, and just drops it as soon as somebody touches him. The fix is in, ladies and gentlemen. And they're I mean, is that a touchdown that they're saying, or do they call him short?
It's a touchdown.
It's a touchdown.
El Cap, I remember I asked you this a few weeks ago. I know Russell Wilson's playing
a muff punt.
I know Russell Wilson's playing a little bit better this year, but he don't look right, El Cap. He don't look. There's something.
No, he's not the same from Russell Wilson at.
But don't you? He was like he was a top 3, top 4 quarterback.
Yeah, I got it, but like
I don't think him and Sean Payton get along too well. And I wouldn't be surprised if Russell Wilson.
Oh, there's the understatement.
He's going to be gone.
Yeah,
I think once they're eliminated, I think Russell Wilson's out of Denver.
They owe him too much money.
They owe everything on that. He ain't going nowhere.
They're just
near
going to have
Sean
to be the
Payton.
Yeah, but then him and
they got to go to couples counseling this offseason because they got to figure it out, or else the Broncos ain't doing shit.
All the shit that
years.
Sean Payton talked in the offseason against a lot of people. Yeah. It's just coming back to bite them.
Yeah, but you remember when all those Remember when all those Broncos linemen laughed at us for getting what's the offensive line's coach name for us?
Butch Berry. Yep. They were like, oh yeah, he's making players. Good luck.
That's been the story of the Dolphins season is the incredible depth on the Dolphins O-line.
4 stringers up there fucking laying out blocks and shit. Let's go.
Dude,
hit the like button, everybody in chat.
Shout out to Liam Eichenberg holding his own again with an injury out there playing his ass off.
Only giving up one. In the beginning of the season, we were worried
about the offensive line.
Guys, if any other team loses 4 starters on the O-line, any other team that is like a good team that loses 4 starters on the O-line for any number of games, that's a death sentence.
Look at the Dolphins are second to only the Jets with offensive line combinations being done.
And you have to give Tua credit.
Had more offensive line combinations than the Dolphins, and look where the Dolphins' record is versus the Jets.
You have to give Tua credit too for getting the ball out so quick in his reads. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, bro. That's that's part of his game. That's what makes him elite. Him throwing into those windows before they open.
Hey, how long has it been since we've had 2 1,000-yard receivers and a 1,000-yard rusher?
Fuck, ever?
Not at the same time as a 1,000-yard rusher. No, that's not.
I don't think we've had 2 wide receivers and a rusher all go for over a grand.
Right. That's the first.
So that's got to be the first time.
Along with the rusher, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the first time.
I still think Dallas, even though they've lost the last 2 games because of that pass rush, and Dak Prescott is a good quarterback.
Oh no, they're a good team.
He only made one mistake all day, and that was the fumble on the goal line.
Right.
That was what cost them the game.
It still wouldn't shock me if they go far.
They made 2 big mistakes. They had the fumble on the goal line, and that face mask on that last drive was a killer for them.
Yeah, that's right. The face mask on the last drive, right?
Micah Parsons is incredible.
Yeah,
that dude is an incredible football player.
You got to give it
As
up to
far as he played pretty clean. He didn't throw no
Lawrence
interceptions
played
or
his
no
ass
near
off.
pick.
Hey, Lawrence played his ass off too on the defensive line for them.
Yeah, their D line is legit. It's not the greatest first to run, but their pass rush is legit, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, and their secondary's not that bad.
I could tell you this much: they was determined not to give up 280 yards on the ground. I could tell you that
they
much.
clamped down on the run game, but
They
damn, look at how they respond.
was not going to let that happen whatsoever. They was just going to die through the air, pretty much.
From a
that was a battle between two good defensive coordinators. Fangio and Nolan both are very good defensive coordinators in their right.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to get gashed on the ground, little boy. He just decided, pick your poison. Let Tyreek Hill gash me.
Crypto, that's why I said, even though a lot of Bills fans were jumping up and down when we had that blowout win versus you guys, I said, let Fangio settle in a little bit. You know, oh my God, he got sacked. Did Russell Wilson fumble again? Holy shit.
They recovered it, but they're done. Denver's done.
Yeah, they're done.
You can say goodbye to them.
They can't run Jamal Williams. They got nothing, bro. They've got nothing if they don't let Jamal Williams.
But you got to give
Kansas City probably win the division tonight if they lose this game.
Yeah, you got to give Fangio credit, man, for the defense. I knew it was going to settle in, especially when Ramsey came back and Brandon Jones got healthy. You know,
Brandon Jones.
Dude, this is without Holland, though. We're still playing well, and he's one of our best secondary.
Yeah, but Holland will be back for the Buffalo game and for sure the playoffs. So
I think
you don't think he'll be back for the Baltimore game?
I think
he might be back. He might be back, but you guys are in the playoffs, and he'll be back in the playoffs for sure. So
I believe he'll be back by the Bills game. If not,
and I think Howard will be a lot healthier too by the Bills game and the playoffs.
Yeah.
I think we're still.
I think Robert Hunt might be here next. I think Robert Hunt might be back next week too.
Yep, Waddles will be healthy for the Bills game. Hill will be healthier, close to.
I got to get the official start time. It should be 4:15 because I already got my tickets for that game.
Which game is that?
For what?
The Raven game.
Yeah, no, the Raven game is staying at 1:00. They're not changing it. They're keeping it at 1.
They're going to keep it at 1.
Yep, they're going to keep it at 1.
If the Bills don't go far, hopefully they make the playoffs. I think they will now. But I will say this. I've been saying this to El Cap and Color. I don't trust. He's a good dual threat quarterback, Lamar. To me, to go far in the playoffs or the Super Bowl, you have to have a very high end caliber passer in a passing game. And I trust Tua's passing game and Hill and Waddle and Berrios and McDaniel with Tua. I trust that more higher end passing game in playoff football than the Ravens.
Hey, guys, let me ask you another question. Who thought Duke Riley would be playing this well?
Duke.
Dude, he's got lights out.
The Duke of Earl Riley.
The Duke, yeah, he's got that. What you call it? He got that good.
Sorry, I watched too much Chris Berman back in my day.
I miss Chris Berman.
He gives everybody a classic nickname.
You know, quietly.
That's why I called it that.
Good.
Yeah, Chris Berman is good with those classic nicknames.
Well, let me ask you guys this. Has this been the most fun to be a Dolphins fan in probably how many years?
30 years, man.
29 years.
I wouldn't just say it's fun. I feel confident and comfortable, too. A lot of fun seasons, even when there was losing seasons, still had a great time. But right now, I feel confident and comfortable with this football team, with both coaching staffs all up and down on the roster, the team, everything. I feel like the organization is in the best position it's been. And they muffed the punt.
This is a more round
recovers.
Dan Marino had it. Okay. Because Dan Marino didn't have a defense.
Who just muffed the punt?
The Patriots muffed the punt.
Patriots got
it. Did they get it back? They got it back.
I don't know yet.
Hey, think about this. We're also missing Baker. He'll be back probably by playoffs.
You know what's funny, man? The 18 quarterback class and the 20 quarterback class are going to go down as really, really good. Like really good.
That ain't no lie.
Yeah. Especially the 20 class.
Coming up, 2024 class go down.
Baker, I said it before the season, man. Like Baker is Baker is a gamer, dude. Baker's a damn good quarterback.
I wasn't bringing up that Baker. I was talking about our linebacker.
Oh, my bad. But yeah, either way though, Baker Mayfield's having a hell of a year.
I was saying Baker should be
No,
back
Baker
by playoff
Mayfield,
time too.
and he might actually get him. Well, he's probably most likely going to get him to a playoffs. He win again. That'd be 2 playoff wins of 2 different teams.
I can't believe Cleveland. They got to be fucking.
both conferences.
Can you imagine what the Cleveland front office is thinking right now, dude?
Can you imagine if they have
wasted a
even
lot
though they're
of money.
winning, but
No,
I would have. They would have been way better
They're
with
probably
Baker,
fine
dude.
with it.
Can you imagine how good they would be if they did have a Pro Bowl quarterback? That defense there in Cleveland's legit.
They don't need a Pro Bowl
It does look like
quarterback.
it looks like
The
Flacco
Ravens
still has a
didn't
little
have
bit
a
of
Pro
life in
Bowl
his arm.
quarterback when they won the Super Bowl.
I know Flacco looking like
You don't need a Pro Bowl quarterback to
ready
win the
for some
Super
playoff
Bowl.
football. Holy
Hey,
shit!
you know what I
If you
would
got
find
an
funny as
elite
hell?
defense, you could do it if you got a great
Hey,
game
you know what I
manager.
would you know what I would find funny as hell? If we get the first round bye and Baltimore has to play Cleveland and Flacco knocks out his old team, Baltimore.
Wow,
Oh my god, that would be hilarious, dude.
Then we would
That's
play
probably the script. That sounds good.
That does sound good, right? Hit the like button, everybody. Got 150 plus in the room.
I mean,
Ain't even got
I
100
want to say
likes.
the
Get the
last
likes
time
over 100,
Flacco
everyone.
was
Come
in the
on.
playoffs, he won the Super Bowl.
Get the likes over 100, everybody.
Hey, this
Now
was
that I
on
think
the
about
under,
it,
by the
it's a
way.
lot.
Remember the over-under? This is at 48. That's the under on the 50-something, right? That's some serious. We're the number 1 and number 2 scoring offenses, and we played each other. This was this game. We're number 1 and number 2 in scoring, and we
They're
played.
scoring,
And we
what,
got
31
under,
points per game?
and we
30,
only got
31?
48 total points. That's some
I
serious
thought it would
defense
be, you know,
That's some serious defense, Joe.
on both sides of the ball. Like, I mean,
I
by both
told
teams.
That just means both defensive
Our
coordinators
defense,
had good game plans.
Yeah,
our defense was
great
number 5. Theirs
on
was
defense.
number 6.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. That
So
means
how-
both, yeah. To hold both offenses, that's the 2 leading offense under 25 points. That means the defensive coordinators had good games.
Both of them.
Yeah.
did.
yes.
Both of them had a good game,
We had
yeah.
a better running game. That's the difference. I was looking at all
Right.
the us and Dallas are so close to each other. And I was like, the
I
difference.
called this the mirror bowl. Remember, I was saying that all week. This is the mirror bowl. We
Yep.
mirror each
Yep.
other.
Like, they have a better kicker and we have a better running game. And then McDaniel came out and said, "You think they have a better kicker?" And
Yeah, I was
slapped me
calling
all
it
up
the
in
mirror
my
bowl
face.
all week long.
God. It hurt.
We're so identical. We're the AFC, the NFC version of them, and they the AFC version of us.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Absolutely.
Hey, and let me ask you guys: has Tua turned the ball over in December?
Are we
Turned it
winning
over as far as
Interception or fumble?
No,
I don't know. I
interception
think
or
he's had a
fumble.
fumble. I don't think he's
He just
had
had
any
a fumble.
interceptions.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he's had one.
he didn't have an
fumble, but no
interception. He just had a fumble, some fumble.
but no interceptions.
No, I don't believe so.
Right, because the what you call it, he didn't throw a touchdown in that game, the Titan game.
And we're all those naysayers saying we couldn't win a game in December.
Right. Big game.
Remember
big
that
game.
going
You
in?
only just
Oh,
had
you
one
guys
fumble.
can't win.
We're 3-1.
Oh,
so
I
far.
can't wait to watch. I can't wait to watch what's his name tomorrow.
Cowboys.
People or what?
Skip Bayless. Skip Bayless.
Oh yeah, he'll be crying.
Yeah, Scrappy. That was a muff snap too.
But I think he picked Miami to win. He said Miami would win.
Who did? Bayless?
Yeah,
He's
he
Cowboys,
picked Miami to beat them. He said, I do not have confidence on them in the road. And you saw it today. I mean, yeah, they almost beat us, but really you look at it, outside of 1-2 drives, they really didn't do a lot.
Do you guys think the Cowboys will beat the Lions next week? I don't know, man.
Yes.
Where's the game at?
It's in Dallas.
I'll
Yes.
tell you what, Dallas needs to put a win because that'll be 3 in a row for them if they lose to the Lions, and that'll be ugly.
I wouldn't want to be the
The
Lions.
Lions are very they play like with the running game, man. I don't know.
Capitulating.
They'll all be poking people's eyes out. Like every play, they'll be poking people's eyes out. They'll be like
Well,
half the
Dallas
Lions
is
will be out with poked eyes.
Dallas
I know,
is
right?
still
Got a
in the division.
little cheap
You
there
know,
from
dude,
Dallas.
I got to be honest, man. I know Buffalo blew Dallas out, but I think Dallas is overrated, man.
What's
I
up,
think they're-
Charlie? What's
I
going
don't
on,
know.
my guy Charlie over there at Go Time Dolphins? Y'all check
No,
those
they're
guys
not.
out.
They're
He
just a
says
Jekyll
Skip
Hyde
already got a
team.
video
They're not
out with him crying.
No, you know who's overrated right now? The Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say that neither.
Yeah, with Hurts, with Jalen Hurts, with Jalen Hurts' dual threat ability and that powerful offensive line by the Eagles, I still think they're going to get at least to the NFC Championship.
I think Hurts is a detriment.
I don't know.
You got somebody that's the Superman. That's
Yeah,
trying to
they'll right the
Josh
ship.
Allen. He's just not. He's not. I'm going to be honest. I don't think Hurts is as good as Josh Allen. I think Hurts is just. He's not. He's. I don't.
The thing about Hurts though is because he's such a unique quarterback and he's so powerful. His dual threat. I know, but I'm saying his dual threat ability. It's just hard to play against, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he looks like he's hurt sometimes because I've talked to people that know some people in the Eagles, and they said that he's just hurt a lot because he is running, and sometimes he doesn't slide. He tries to take on people.
And he's not as big, man. He's not as big. I mean, Josh Allen's a tough motherfucker, man. He can take. I mean, I've been waiting for Josh Allen to break, and he just doesn't break, man. He's a big, huge motherfucker. And
but Josh Allen's a turnover machine.
Right. But I'm just talking about durability. I don't think Hurts.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree.
I mean, he might be able to squat 600 pounds, but, man, he doesn't hold on to the ball. And he still doesn't hold on to the ball. I mean, how many times is he going to lose the ball and still run with the ball with one hand like this and then get it knocked out again? I mean, come on, man, really.
All right, guys, everybody go on mute real quick. Hit the like button, everybody. We're going to hear Skip Bayless cry about Dallas losing. So just listen in.
All right.
So I'm sitting here where I just watched my Cowboys predictably lose at the Dolphins 22-20. My soul's crushed once again because
I think this is a game here for Denver.
Soul's crushed once again.
If Denver doesn't convert this is it.
Let's listen to the tears of a broken, beaten Dallas Cowboys bum ass fan.
Because my team took the opening kickoff for once without deferring and drove it all the way down to 1st and goal at the 1. Twice during that opening drive, McCarthy had call plays for Hunter Lipke, the fullback, undrafted free agent rookie out of North Dakota State.
Look, now he's going to shit on the fullback, even though the fullback had great plays, but on freaking 1st in the half-yard line, just a bad quarterback running back exchange, he's going to blame the fullback, and now it was a bad play call. It was just a fucking mistake, dude. That's it.
And it worked, and so he calls it again, and predictably there's a fumble exchange on the handoff, and we lose the football, and we get no points after going 75 yards in 13 plays. And then on the second drive, boom, boom, we go CD, and he just takes the game over. He has almost 100 yards receiving at halftime, and in the second half, we managed to get him 18 total yards. It's just wrong. This is a football team that has...
Maybe if you knew how to watch film, Skip, you would see the Dolphins started playing man once CD was killing them underneath in the zone, and then started lining up on him and playing tight coverage, making sure to have him, picked up. They were like, fuck that, you ain't gonna beat us with CD all day.
Has lost its confidence, lost its spark, lost its spirit, lost its way at the very worst time. I don't even think we can beat Detroit at home next week. So now it comes down to, can we beat Baker Mayfield at Baker Mayfield? And I'm starting, unfortunately, to have my doubts about this. This is wrong place, wrong time. Waiting till next year.
Damn, dude. Now they're shook all the way on Baker.
He's not sure if he can beat Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit.
No,
Detroit is a more legitimate team. They just
chalking it up.
But
he's chalking it up that Detroit's going to go ahead and win. He's basically now saying that he's worried about even beating Baker Mayfield and the friggin', which they put a beating on Jacksonville today. So yeah, you should be worried.
In other words, he didn't think he wasn't thinking much. He was looking past us because he wasn't thinking much of us.
He don't think they could beat freaking Baker. Well,
so here's what Stephen A. Smith had to say. Here's what Stephen A. Smith had to say after the Cowboys lost. Listen in.
And so I'm offering this simple praise to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways to all you Cowboy fans, didn't I tell you? Oh my goodness! Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Y'all have arrived just in time. Right when I'm about to open my Christmas presents. You never let me down. Merry Christmas, y'all. Yeah.
I hate this guy, so I don't really like that he's taking a victory lap with the Dolphins putting a working on like he did something. Shut up, Stephen A., you fuck.
No, but he loves it because of the skip narrative. They used to go at it about that.
Right.
No, I get it. I'm aware why. I just don't like him. So.
Yeah, but he can't even cheer for his team. The Giants suck, so he's screwed this year.
Oh, no, he's a huge Steelers fan more than anything.
Yeah.
He ain't a fan of nothing, bro. That guy don't know shit. That guy's the definition of a fair weather fan.
Well, no, what he's really shitting about.
So here's
what he's really shitting about is his New York Knicks are losing.
Screw him and his Knicks. That fuck. That guy, I'm a Knicks fan, but I'm a Pittsburgh fan, and I like to root against Dallas, even though I'm not an Eagles or a Giants fan. Like this fuck, I hate motherfucker. Like, stay in your lane, find a lane, stay there. Quit jumping all over the place.
He has said he's a Giants fan since he was a kid.
Giants fan. And if he is, he needs to shut the fuck up. Is what he needs to do. Listen, here's Raheem Mostert post game with Darlington after the game. Listen to what he had to say.
They just put on the scoreboard, playoffs clinched, and this crowd went crazy. What does this mean for this team? What does this mean for this stadium?
I mean, it means a lot, especially coming back and doing our thing.
Alec Ingle coming up on him.
But yeah, you see the excitement, man. We're all just happy, and we're ready to keep it rolling.
Not only did you clinch.
Man, dude, Raheem Mostert, 21 touchdowns. I mean, the guy at 31 is having a career year. Insane.
Clinch the playoffs, but there's been a narrative that this team cannot win big games. This felt like a big game. What do you think?
Yeah, no, it felt like a big game, but obviously, I got fantasy points. It felt like a big game and playoff atmosphere, but all in all, man, we just want to play ball and compete.
What was the huddle like on that final drive? Because everybody in here felt the tension.
What was the huddle like on the final drive? Why are you asking Raheem? He wasn't out there.
Did the huddle as well?
Yeah, that huddle, man. We just try to hone in the best possible way, and so going in there and we understood the situation and we just had to execute.
1,000-yard season for you, and also you continue to extend this touchdown record. What does all that mean to you?
It means a lot. I got my family in the stands to be able to witness this and the special team that we have. It's truly a blessing, and I'm just thankful.
Raheem, congratulations on the win.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
He's got 5 games with a touchdown now. If Raheem gets one more game, he'll have the record for touchdown consecutive games as a running back.
Damn.
Well,
for the Dolphins. Guys, I gotta go.
Merry Christmas.
All right.
Everybody have a great Christmas. He had 18 touchdowns for his whole career.
See you, Craig. Merry Christmas, buddy.
You too, guys.
You too, man.
Later,
you too, buddy.
You do realize he had 18 career touchdowns up until this season.
19.
I know.
Was it 19?
Yeah, I think it was 19.
Yeah, he passed his
less than
total.
the 20 that he had.
He basically doubled his career in 1 year.
It's insane, bro. It is insane.
He doubled it, literally.
And it couldn't have happened to a better team player. You know what I mean? That man's out there gutting it out every play.
And getting better with age. There's something
he's
about
like fine wine, this guy.
And you see a lot of the young players, they come in and their body hasn't fully developed. I mean, they haven't been like, if you look at Tyreek Hill, he does these crazy exercises to make sure he doesn't get hamstring injuries and other types of injuries, and does all this kind of stuff. And he's done that but he's done it for years and years and years. He's built up this like he's like a mutant ninja turtle or something, right? He's getting hurt, but I mean,
you know what? That's he is like a ninja turtle, dude. He's like all jacked and hard as fuck.
I liked Mostert when we first had him, his first go around with us. I was upset when we let him go. He goes to San Francisco after us and balls out, and now we got him back for the perfect time of his career.
Oh, yeah.
I like how he's number 31. And at age 31, he's doing all this stuff, and it's kind of just like a statement. You know what I mean? That his number, on his jersey, his age, especially.
That just means next year he needs to turn his uniform number to 32.
Yep, I was even thinking that as next year. What's he gonna do, man? He's got to one up himself.
Is there a 32 on the team?
No, he's gonna.
I don't know, but I'd be buying it off of somebody. Dude, he's a special player, man. He really is.
Yeah. Again, this team just playing for each other too, man. That is painfully obvious to the naked eye that this team plays up for each other. It's why I believe that it was such a damaging thing when Hill left. You saw how it affected the team in such a way.
Right.
I think now they're ready to. They have such belief in each other that they're ready to get up and hold it down for the next game.
Yeah, but did you see the last game when Waddle scored and Tyreek gave him a?
Are you kidding me? He was so excited for Waddle that game. Waddle went off.
Big old hug on the sidelines with him and Tyreek. The picture of it with Waddle and Tyreek. They play for, like you said, they are there for each other. You see, Chubb still has the number 15 on his hat that he has. There's things that they do. They care about every last teammate on that team.
Did you see him opening gifts? The video, Waddle got Waddle shoes, and he put them on. And he's like walking around with his Waddle house slippers on with penguins and stuff.
Was that in the locker room?
Yeah, if you go to YouTube and you just go to the Miami Dolphins, you can
I'll
see
pull it up.
they have wrapping presents and just all kinds of stuff they do, which just kind of lightens up everything. Even before this big ass game, they're all doing funny stuff, like trying to wrap a round present in 15 seconds, all funny and shit. You got to go see it, man. It's just, they do funny stuff, man, just to break it up. Be cool.
Dude, they play for, like you said, for every man next to them and behind them. And,
y'all realize that the
I want to hear this.
We're the number 2 seed right now, but the lowest we can get if we don't win a division is 6. We can never go to 7. That's the lowest seed we can get. So we clinched the minimum of a 6 seed today. Yeah. That's the minimum. That's our floor.
All right.
Wow. So we can't go below 6.
Let's listen to the post-game locker speech from Coach here.
We ain't celebrating yet. You want to talk about some grown-ass men going to war, not letting anything affect them. Capture this. If this doesn't tell you what this season's about, nothing will. This moment, when you're asking yourself, when it's dark and dreary, why the f do we do this? This is why. All right, let's go, family on 3. 1, 2, 3, family.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Can't wait for Hard Knocks,
We're not
bro.
celebrating shit.
Can't wait for Hard Knocks.
Correct. Whoever said that, you have to, because we haven't clinched the division yet. You're right.
We haven't done anything yet. No. He's going to be. There's no
Have you noticed whenever he's talking to the team, he doesn't stop and start. When he's talking to the reporter, he hesitates his words.
Well, no, John, that is done. That is coached into coaches to talk like that. So when you're writing it down, because they're quoting him word for word, it doesn't make a complete thought or sentence, so you can't take anything from it. It's the same thing in politics. Politicians do it too. It's sticking to the script or giving them nothing. You have to answer their question. How do you answer their question with not saying a fucking thing? That's how they do it. Hit the like button, everybody, in chat. Get the likes up. 150 still in the room. Let's get us to 150 likes. Fuck it.
I tell you what, it could come down to a rematch of our last Super Bowl.
Yeah, it could
San
be.
Francisco, Miami.
Let's get this
That
dub
would be the
in
revenge, but
Baltimore.
I don't think it would be.
Let's get this dub in Baltimore, bro.
Yeah,
that's what I want.
I don't know if we playing now. We might end up playing Detroit or Philly.
I don't want Philly again. I would like to see Detroit.
Yeah. At least we know one team will be in there that hasn't been to the Super Bowl. The only team is in that conference not to make it is Detroit. So I'm kind of quietly hoping they make it and play against us.
Although
I don't give a fuck who we go against. Just get there.
You're right. Who gives a damn? Let's just get there and win the damn game.
We'll worry about all that other bullshit. They'll get a week of rest and shit. We'll come out with a fresh game plan. I mean, we're talking fake punts, wildcat, bringing out all the tricks.
Doing that.
I have a feeling there's going to be a complete different game plan for the playoff.
Absolutely. I think you just pegged it. We are so high. You can see we're just feeding stuff out.
You can't get too cute because you only got 3 hours to not make a mistake. It's one and you're done. You don't live to see next week if you lose.
But here's what you do, though. You have certain plays that you practice each week that you haven't used yet that you're waiting for the game.
Negative. They got practices that are drawn up. They're not practicing them just yet.
Right.
They've got plays drawn up. They better not be wasting time like that. No way.
Because I said, you only got 3 hours.
He's got that green book where he's gonna, pull out a couple of old plays he's got tucked away in there.
Yeah, I think these are things that we ran out and repped early in the season, and we got them into pocket. You know what I mean? And we're going to pull them out when we need them. And I really think he pegged that because we got plays we haven't been.
It's all based on your opponent.
Because even now, we're getting closer to the playoffs. You're seeing Smythe become more active over these last 2 weeks. You're seeing different players doing different things.
Necessities, other
But Ty, you got to remember, it also depends on your opponent too. It's always going to depend on who you play and who you match up against.
Well, I've got exclusive footage. Dolphins are already back at practice. Look at them go already.
You go out of here. Keep your head down. The top of your head is the hardest part of your body.
Thanks, Coach. Dude, that's gonna break your neck.
No, I'm gonna break your neck. Damn it, man.
Back at it in the lab, continuing to fight. I love what I see. This team ain't gonna give up that easy.
Yes, Cap. They already back at it.
They're back in the lab, bro.
That would be either Fangio or Butch Berry right there. It's one of those two.
That was Fangio doing the kicking there. Yeah, he does a great thing, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, Fangio won't crack his smile yet. When they win that, if we get to that Super Bowl, that's when he's going to smile.
I saw him laugh once.
I don't know. I saw a little smirk out of him today.
Yeah.
I put it in the diary.
Well, the smile will be bigger to that point.
It was a
the smile will be much bigger. You're right.
Yeah, it reminds me of that movie, Clash of the Titans, where they go in and they fight Medusa, and the guy that never smiles, he goes, "I'll smile when I can smile when I can laugh in the face of the gods," and he set up Medusa for a trap, and she turned him into stone, and while he was smiling. Yeah, you guys probably ain't seen that movie. Fuck y'all. It's a good movie.
No, I don't know if I did.
Everybody's like,
the Commanders. The Jets beat the Commanders today.
Yeah, I know. I figured that was going to happen. Commanders suck. Jets need a moral victory. They got one.
And
they almost came back and pulled that one out.
They did, dude. They did. It was 30 to 28.
They really did.
That was dead.
They really did need a moral victory when they found out everybody on their coaching staff and front office is coming back next year.
Oh, Tua, after locker room
they
speech
did.
to the guys, have an exclusive clip coming here for Tua just talking to his boys afterwards.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Man, he seems fired the fuck up.
Yeah,
Fired up.
You see him coming off that field when that last field goal. You saw him getting the crowd hyped.
Oh, yeah, no, they were all hyped as fuck, bro.
They knew Sanders was going to make it. The day Sanders was having, they knew it was going
Sandman,
to be
bro. The Sandman.
Colonel Sanders to you, sir.
Yep.
I mean, the Sandman was in there.
He was clutch.
Isn't that the first time in Dolphin history 3 50-yard field goals in one game?
First time in Dolphins history.
Yep.
Hey, you know what we're going to
The
get?
longest in his career, too. He kicked a 57-yard. That was his longest.
Yeah. 3-8.
Let's assume that Sanders is going to get the special team player of the week. We have 3 offensive player of the week. We have 2 defensive player of the week, and they're all different players. So we have 5 different offensive player of the weeks. None of them are Tyreek Hill, and we're about to get number 6 on special teams. That'll be 6 different players on our team that got player of the week.
Wait.
None of them are Tyreek Hill.
None of them are Tyreek. Who are the 3 offensive players? I know one was Mostert.
We got Tua, Mostert, and A-Chain on offense. And then on defense, it is Ramsey and Chubb. Both got defensive player of the week. And we're about to get special teams player of the week. So it'll be 6 different players that have special teams player of the week, and none of them are Tyreek Hill.
Hey, and I tell you what, Chubb may not have gotten much in numbers today. I think he had 1 sack. But that man was all over the quarterback.
He got a lot of pressures. Oh.
Tua should get comeback player of the year because he's the comeback player of the year. That's why.
And everybody
you can't fucking argue if you're gonna say it like that, you know. He should get it because he should get it.
Everybody doubted them too. You know?
I mean, you can't give okay, he came back and he was active for 3 games. I mean, he lived or not. I mean, okay, but that's just not comeback player of the year material.
No, you gotta come back and do something.
Yeah, you got to do it for the hold the rate.
And you know,
he played every game this season.
And what he really wants is shittiest quarterback of the year award, because that's what he said in the last play. He said, "I'm the shittiest quarterback," and he came out in this game and he said, "I'm not going to get 300 yards. I'm going to show y'all I can be the shittiest quarterback." No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, he didn't have to light it up. And you know, on that note, I would much rather have a team where we don't have the kind of what I was leading to with the 6 different players that are that have a player of the week award. None of them are Tyreek Hill. We have an entire team of people, of players. It's not just one person. And on top of that, you know what the best depth is in the whole NFL? A good coaching staff. You have a good coaching staff, and you can teach the position you need to play, and where you need to be, and the technique you need to do, and you show it to the player. And when they get out, they perform their job and they do their job.
Joe, starting up a farm system.
We can get anybody out there that has the talent.
They saved Austin Jackson's career. That guy's turned it around completely.
Yep.
We gave him what he needed to succeed. I mean, if he came into the league and we had the coaching staff we currently have when he came in as a rookie, he wouldn't have had to wait till he was starting to renew his contract in order to be successful. But he didn't have any NFL layer. Like when I liked Flores, so I'm not throwing a bunch of shade at Flo on this when I say this, but we had the 32nd offensive line in the NFL, and his solution was to promote some guy from another position coach that never done it before into the position of offensive line coach to fix our 32nd You know what I mean? And
I'm
like,
not. Hey,
so he
listen.
never
I'm
had
not.
a chance for like his first
I'm
2
not the
years.
big. I'm not the biggest Flo fan, but I will say this: he had a great defensive staff. He never got an offensive staff put together.
Right, and
Well,
that's
look-
why I
look
say
at-
I'm not getting into the flow thing, but I'm saying that from a offensive line perspective, he never had a chance until
Dude,
McDaniel showed
He
up.
just
this is
didn't
the
know
first
where to
time we might have
begin and how
back
to have people that he can trust to empower on the offense, and it's what did him in. He was too
Dude, this-
afraid to hire people that could, push him in his position. He obviously wasn't secure in his job, and it cost him in the end.
Well, see, here's the thing. We went this coming year could be the first year we have back-to-back years with the same O-line coach since I don't know when.
I'm saying give Butch Berry whatever that man wants to stay around here for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
That's what I say. You fucking you go
I
to
second
everyone in
that.
this coaching staff and you get everyone in here to stay for the foreseeable future and don't play around.
I only see one person possibly leaving, and that's Frank Smith. I think he might have a chance at the Carolina job, the head coach, and that's where he's from. I would, if Frank Smith goes, our quarterback coach becomes our offensive coordinator.
Again, we're gonna have guys that are gonna leave because you don't have the best offense and a great defense and not get guys poached. It happens. We're gonna live with it. But I look at the Wes Welkers of the world. I look at the Campanellis of the world. These guys that are position coaches that are gonna move in through the ranks with a talented football team with a system in place, and we could be seeing in not too distant future the freaking tree of Mike McDaniel with coaches coaching all over the NFL.
Well, see, here's the thing. I think our next replacement for Fangio when he decides to retire, because I think he doesn't want another head coaching job. I think he wants to ride it out here.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
All right, but when he retires,
that also says that there's going to be guys.
He got it.
Touchdown Denver.
Did
There's
he
going
make
to
a
be guys that
touchdown?
want to be the
His bubble was
DC.
out.
And Fangio doesn't want to give up the job, so they'll have to go be a DC somewhere else.
Yep.
Fangio will be here for 5 years, right?
I think
Yeah,
Fangio
Fangio's
stays
not gonna
as
go
long
anywhere.
as Mike McDaniel has him, and
Yeah.
until they get a Super Bowl. If
No, he didn't get
if
a
the Dolphins win a
touchdown.
Super Bowl this year, I think Fangio may retire.
No, I think he's staying
No,
for like
I hope
3
not.
more, back to back to back to back to back. I think he's going to stay.
You
for
guys
this freaking
forget he came
dynasty.
out of retirement and was a consultant last year with the Eagles. He's an elderly gentleman. He lives in the Panhandle with his wife. He has grandkids. He's been in the game a long time. Just wants to get that Super Bowl win, and I think if he can get one with the Dolphins, he would retire.
You know who his replacement would be? Our passing game coordinator, defensive side, the guy who came over from San Diego, our old safety.
That's exactly who steps in, the Fangio disciple. You're 100% right. He's the
Uh-huh.
assistant defensive coordinator too. And I think Campanelli's being groomed for the job as well.
Yeah.
Well, you brought up Frank Smith. You think he's in like the top 5 head coach candidates then?
I think Frank Smith is on the short list for a couple football teams to,
Yeah.
at the very minimum, get an offensive coordinating job where he can have full reins and he puts it together a year or so with like a young quarterback and can get the next step for a head coaching job.
And I think
got
Bevel would be
Tied
his
it up.
replacement, or Welker.
Wow.
Man, that catch and
That dude's
2-point
got
conversion
shirts
right
off and
there.
shit next. That guy's in his underwear in the stadium. Oh my god.
Javonte Williams catching that ball and going up for that 2 points really helps out my fantasy team. And this game is all tied up. I hope they take it to overtime. Hope they take this game to overtime.
I think I saw Jermaine was it Jermaine? Somebody was saying in the chat during the game they were about to win like $20,000 or something.
If Denver loses, are they still in the hunt for the playoffs? Denver?
No.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I guess they are. If they win
Denver's in it.
tonight,
Oh,
they'll
yeah,
stay alive.
Denver's in it for sure.
I think if they lose tonight, they're out.
Yeah. So this is a pivotal game.
Dude, we're so used to that being us.
Yeah, no.
Absolutely.
This is such a magical season for the Dolphins, man.
Oh,
So
can I
many
tell
of-
you? I was watching one of those YouTube breakdowns, and it was somebody that was Patriots. Normally does Patriot stuff, but because they're such losers this year, they finally.
He's an idiot, bro. You probably shouldn't have listened to him. But go ahead.
No, I was watching him, and just because he had funny facial expressions, I just watched this one, and he was like, and the funny part is he was talking about how the Patriots didn't lose as bad to us as the Jets did. And that was his big, like, we didn't lose. We actually didn't lose bad. And I just thought that was hilarious to listen to the Patriots guy talk about how they didn't lose as bad to us as another team. It was like listen to our Miami Miracle. I mean, or something. And it was like, oh, we didn't lose as bad as the Jets did. And it's like, oh, that's such great to hear from the freaking Patriots. Okay.
Patriots mean so little to me now. I don't even know of their existence anymore, bro.
The Patriot Who's?
Exactly.
I remember when the Dolphins won like 20 games against Buffalo in a row.
in a row,
Buffalo
yeah.
beat us. Yeah.
And it was bad yesterday. I watched the end of that Titans game, and they had Tannehill in the game, and like he was freaking like the stone feet like usual.
Yeah, he's terrible.
And I realized right then, I was like, man, I was really propagandized for Tannehill. Like I was one of the ones that was like, he's a good quarterback. Like he just needs a line. And I watched him, and it was like,
listen, dude, Dolphins have only had 3 4,000-yard quarterbacks, and Tannehill was fucking one of them, and Tua just became the other one. So, I mean, you can say what you want, but in all the years,
was Dan Marino
between Marino and now Tua, who's actually panning out, Tannehill was the only one that kind of panned the fuck out. Let's call it for what it is. I mean, it didn't in the end, obviously, but it was those type of weapons and that type of propaganda that got us to buy in. But Tannehill did deliver in some moments, which fucked us. He fucked us over, prick.
I think the best Tannehill game I ever saw was that one. What is second or third year they played the Cardinals, and they went into overtime, and it was like freaking 43-41 or something like that. We ended up losing. That was probably the best Tannehill ever was what I remember.
Do you realize if this was when Dan Marino was, this would have been the Super Bowl. It's 17
I wish I talked a lot of shit about Stephen Ross over the years, but I tell you what, I wish he was the owner when Marino was there.
Yeah,
Did you hear the press conference today from McDaniel talking about that? I mean, he said flat out, there's no owner he could imagine working for because Ross gives us everything we could ever need to be a winner, and he deserves winning. And you could see he really meant it because he does. I mean, Ross gives us everything we need to win.
Ross always wanted to win before he passes away. I mean,
he's been trying for. Look at all the big free agent signings we have over the years, where he was trying to win. He was paying guys max money to come to Miami and stuff. And he paid Mike Wallace, he paid Ndamukong, he paid Brandon Marshall, he paid all these guys to try and build a team and stuff like that. When it was Huizenga, there was Marino, and that was it. They're like, yeah, we got Dan Marino. He's going to sell us tickets. That's all that matters. It's the same thing as
Huizenga was a businessman. He wasn't an owner of like a team. He didn't care much about winning.
I remember listening to I think it was Joey Harrington when I lived up in Oregon. He was on the radio, and I was listening to him talk about playing for the Dolphins, and he was talking about Huizenga, and he said Huizenga was there he was basically just to make money and cash out. Like he wasn't gonna.
Huizenga had the Florida Panthers and the football team.
He owned the Marlins. He cashed out on the Marlins.
He cashed out on the Marlins?
Yep.
He still made money off selling the Dolphins, of course, but he just wasn't going to bring in the talent that Marino needed around him and stuff. Like he might get a receiver, but like Minnesota did the same thing for a long time with Adrian Peterson. Like they were just selling tickets to see Adrian Peterson, and that was it. You know, Adrian Peterson was taking handoffs from Christian Ponder.
The biggest difference you could say between Huizenga and Ross is Huizenga would walk around the building and not know who his players were by name. Ross knows every last player on the team.
I'm celebrating.
Ross is
Dolphins control their own destiny, dog.
Been celebrating.
Been celebrating, bro. I've been kicking back, watching Denver and New England struggle for nothing.
Lewis, how does it feel?
Struggle for nada.
How does it feel being 11-4, knowing we're already in the playoffs?
Who the fuck have we beat, bro?
It feels good, just not satisfied.
I mean, for
Hey,
real,
Color,
who
were
the
you
fuck
at the
have we
game?
beat, bro?
Color, you were at the game?
Yeah, it sounds like it, doesn't
how,
it?
How was it?
Pretty damn loud.
Color, a lot of talk about the Dallas Cowboy fans. Some people saying Dallas Cowboy fans were louder than the Dolphins fans. What do you say to that
There was
narrative?
one point in the early fourth, late third, where their guys started right after a commercial break, started throwing their hands up and got their section of the crowd as loud as it could possibly get, and it was pretty good showing for them, and it was loud. But bro, I mean, it wasn't any loud. Like it wasn't like that the whole game, and like they really didn't start doing the whole getting loud when our offense was out there until the latter part of the game. And even when they did, yes, it was exceptionally loud for an opposing fan base, but it was still like at the levels of a really bad home team. You know what I mean? Like a home team that hardly has anybody showing up. That's what it was like. We were still out rocking them all over the place. There were people going through the tailgate trying their Dallas Cowboy chants. We were just outgunning them, man. With
what was the reaction in the stadium
I like
when
that.
it put up there?
Outgunning the Cowboys. I like that.
What was the reaction in the stadium on the last kick?
I mean, bro.
It's kind of like when we
it's
lost.
hard to describe. It really is hard to describe.
Dog, I was at a fucking Chili's surrounded by like 20 Cowboys fans, and they were all screaming at me.
The way the whole last sequence went, it was just so like, yeah, I guess you're always thinking you're still sitting there going, please make it. But the way that drive went down, man, that's how you end a motherfucking football game, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you do it.
The satisfying part.
What was the first thing I said when I came up here? That was the perfect fourth quarter 4-minute drive.
We ran two victory. We ran two victory formations before we even took the lead.
Yep. We were victory dancing our way.
And I know that sounds really like dangerous and all that, but here's the thing. You cannot risk a turnover there for the glory of a touchdown.
Exactly.
That's right.
You cannot risk all that nonsense.
Color, I said this a little while back. These last two games, it's that we know what this offense can do when it's rolling. It's unstoppable. But equally as impressive as the offense is when they're on one and just racking up the points, I'm finding in games in which they need to be reserved and balanced, I'm finding it equally as impressive for what Mike McDaniel and Tua are doing, just playing the game properly. That is what I am enjoying these last 2 weeks and these two victories is how they're
and it came down to a point where you knew we needed a 2-yard pickup on third down to basically force them to use their last timeout. And then after that, it's if we pick up that first down, you know what I mean? It's 1-2 kick. You know what I mean? And not only did we pick up the first down, but it's like easily through the hole for that first down. And then that screenplay, what an absolute brilliant play design. and to be executed perfectly. I mean, you're
What,
talking
Tyreek
about
Hill on
a
that
screen
screen?
that we've taken north and south a dozen times this season, and somehow he was able to set up some kind of counter trap cutback with the freaking screen, where as soon as the wide receiver got the screen, instead of taking it north and south, he bolted on what effectively would have been a slant route if he didn't have the ball, and just split all of that shit and took it right down to like the 15. And it was like, this is it. Victory formation twice, and we kick a field goal and get the hell out of here.
Yeah. No, I had Cowboys fans screaming, "Remember the Titans."
I'm sorry, John. One more thing I just wanted to clarify is that we did not have any idea of the distance. We had somewhat of an idea because we can do the math, and we know from watching football how far they back up, how long the end zone is, all that. But in the moment and what the official number was, we had no idea until after the game how long those two field goals were. One for 57 yards. And I'm telling you guys, it was windy out there tonight.
Color, it was 3 over 50 yards.
I'll tell you, they looked like they could go even further too. The way that the way
and the first one, when he kicked the 57-yarder, the wind was barreling from sideways through that stadium at the time.
Oh yeah, I called it when I was calling the game when they kicked that 57-yarder. I'm like, man, I hope he's kicking it to the right a little bit because they are getting a big eastern wind right now.
I mean, I'm surprised they went. I'm surprised he went for the kick because on the series before that, Dallas chose not to for the same very reason.
They got the best kicker in town.
So to have the trust in Sanders after all of his slump, legitimate people. I'm not saying people didn't have legitimate concerns, but after all the concerns, and then the people that go overboard with that and just trash the guy, and for Mike McDaniel to just have the confidence in him tonight the way he did, man, 5 for 5, bro.
Beautiful.
I mean,
New England's on the plate 42 with 18 seconds.
And it was such a good win, and it was so righteous that I really didn't even feel like, to be honest with you, I didn't really even feel like there was nothing wrong with what Dallas did tonight. They played hard for 60 fucking minutes, dude.
Yeah.
And they played their asses off, bro. And that is not there is no shame on that team tonight, bro, for me. And I told Dallas fan after Dallas fan after Dallas fan that I walked by right up to them, fist pump. You all ain't got no shame tonight. None whatsoever.
It came down to who had the ball last in the Dolphins offense.
You're absolutely right. We traded 3 field goals with them throughout the game. Then they score a touchdown to make up for the one they didn't score earlier that we did. And now it's even again. And we end up with the ball last. And we did what we needed to do. That was what contenders fucking
we made a first down, and we made them use all their timeouts. And they couldn't come. They couldn't do anything about it.
Speaking of kicks, looks like
I challenge any. I'm sorry. I challenge any of the perennial contenders right now to come up here and tell me that what I just said isn't what defines a contender. Go ahead.
I told Cap last night, I was like, if the ball's in Dak's hands, we win. But he was in his hands, and he did everything he could to win that game.
Oh, and the fucking Patriots are going to win on a 56-yard field goal.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just saying.
You know what? That's going to cost me, too, because Devontae Parker got a caught in there. I'm only up 3 points in my fantasy team, and he's got one defensive guy playing tomorrow. I'm going to lose fucking fantasy football.
Devontae, did he officially change his name? I thought his name was Sammy.
Who?
Sammy Parker from the Patriots.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm fucked. Shit.
You mean he changed his name?
No, it's a joke.
Oh.
Sorry, I had a whole Chili's screaming at me, remember the Titans, when they scored that touchdown too.
What a bunch of hoes. Bunch of losers.
It was even sweeter walking out of there.
He didn't change his name. He changed his name.
That's the theme for our whole year is remember the Titans. We should remember that game for the rest of the year and just keep on playing all pissed off that we lost that game and just just
Dude,
channel that
and
shit.
you know what I love? You know what I loved after that bad Christian Wilkins call, the late hit or whatever on the quarterback. What did you see? You saw the defense get pissed off and shut them down.
Oh yeah, they knew it was a terrible
Yeah.
call. There was a
Yeah.
sack. There was a batted pass from AVG in that, and they just dead them in the water.
Could I point out one other thing that I noticed, bro, being at the game that may not have been picked up on TV as much without the commentators pointing it out? Sometimes they would, but there's been this one of the narratives, since we're killing all narratives tonight. I got another one that I witnessed for myself that needs to be killed. This idea that we're soft.
Oh no,
we're
yeah,
not physical.
no, they were mean. They were playing mean.
That we can't punch somebody in the mouth. Now y'all are agreeing with me because on the surface, yeah, it was a hard fought game. But I'm talking about very specific things that I saw from our defense tonight that was squash every bit of that soft finesse bullshit narrative. Okay. And it was one, and I saw it all over the place from all of the defensive players, including Christian Wilkins. It's actually what got him in a pickle with Dak for the whole night was, something having to do with what I'm about to say. But I'll point to Jalen Ramsey because it's when with the light bulb went off in my head that I was seeing what I was seeing from all our players was when I saw Jalen Ramsey make an open field tackle. And then in order to pick himself up off the ground and off the guy, instead of putting his hands on the ground and picking himself up, he wormed his shoulder into the guy and used him as leverage to pick himself up. They were doing that all night on guys, on tackles, on blocks, just worming them if they got him to the ground as much as they could without getting a penalty. Excellent
if you
game
met
plan,
Anthony
man.
there at the game.
Hey, you got 1 second. He's gonna throw it to the end zone.
Yeah, I see it.
Remember when we faced the Raiders and on Hard Knocks, they were showing how Max Crosby likes to always bump the quarterback or chip him or push him or shove him or whatever after every play, and they were getting Tua used to that by having a guy do that to him in practice. That's what our defensive players were doing to their guys. Every guy they tackled on the ground, they were doing that shit on the way up, man. I loved it. It was a sight to see.
I'm happy to see it, man. I'm happy we came out.
We absolutely kicked the fucking shit out of them, like fight-wise. Like, forget the wins or losses. We absolutely beat the dog fuck out of the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, there was a couple times you saw the O-line getting chippy, get your fucking hands off me and everything.
Yeah, no, they were chippy from the get-go. Both teams were trying to come out and push up on each other. They were trying to set the tone.
The Christian Wilkins ordeal is what made me think of how we can actually say it more easy than what I was just saying. And I think Nene has actually used this verbiage on everybody has, but Nene is the one that comes to my mind most recently. We played pissed off, man.
Yeah, we did.
They took everything that's been said personal tonight, dude, and just went out there and played pissed off, man.
We played with a chip on our shoulder the whole
I need them to play like that against the Ravens, and I need them to do that against the Bills, and I want
think
them
they're
to
playing
fucking
like that
stomp
from
their
here on
dicks
out.
in the dirt.
I think they're going to play like that from here on out, Robert.
I want it.
No,
I do too. So, guys, it is coming up on 2 hours, about 11:30 at night, Christmas Eve. Let's do some final thoughts on the Christmas day coming up here.
I'm gonna get out of here.
Hey, before you go, Cap, with that, I just want to say I know I've been giving DVP a lot of hell, but shout out to Devontae Parker for that absolutely phenomenal catch on the sideline, giving me the win, the Patriots upset special of the week, causing that big time.
Oh my God!
Yeah, well, that Devontae Parker catch kills me in my fucking fantasy, which pisses me off, bro. So,
oh my God!
The Patriots draft stock.
Hey guys, Merry Christmas. Love y'all.
Is that moving?
Later, Todd. Love
Hey,
you,
All
buddy.
right. All right. Merry
Let's
Christmas,
just
Todd.
keep playing this
Yeah,
way throughout.
absolutely,
We'll
Todd.
be fine.
Appreciate you always, Todd. And
Uh,
Merry Christmas to you and
Merry
your
Christmas,
family
Merry
as
Todd.
well,
Christmas,
buddy.
Todd.
Later, brother.
Does that
I love
Merry
the
Christmas.
way we played, and I can't wait till next week because I think we're going to do it
Absolutely.
again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Merry
I,
Christmas,
I
John.
mean,
See you, brother.
Merry
Merry
Christmas
Christmas.
to
Merry
everybody.
Christmas,
I just want to
John.
also say when I popped in earlier, a whole bunch of people said hi to me, but I was on my phone and I just did. I'm tired. I didn't mean to ignore everybody and not
Nah,
say hi.
everybody,
So
it's all love,
shout out
dog.
to everybody
Holiday
in chat.
season.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you all. Happy Hanukkah. Whatever
So
you're doing.
real quick question for you guys.
Go ahead,
How
Robert.
much did the Patriots draft stock change now that they won?
Enough to be affected. That's for
No,
sure,
they still
Robert.
top
That's
five.
what I'll say to that.
I think
Enough to
they
be
like 5 or
affected.
6 now.
And that's big, Crypto, because before there were 2.
And listen, they need a
Yeah,
quarterback, bro. Let's call it
because
for what
remember,
it is. Sappy ain't the fucking guy.
the Bears won, so and they got the number 1 pick because of Carolina. So that still stayed the same. So I think they probably still 4 or 5. New England with that one.
Everybody needs to hit that like button.
Yeah,
That's what I know.
yeah. Hit the like button, everybody.
Robert, give us some final thoughts. K2, Hooked Up Joe, say your final goodbyes, guys.
So final
Merry
thoughts.
Christmas.
Final thoughts is I'm far happier that we ended Christmas this way this year instead of the shit from last year.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just keep being nasty and mean and do our damn job and see how shit goes. But it was a big
Can't
game
wait.
today and we did it.
We get to watch the Ravens tomorrow and the Niners and sit back and just see how that game progresses and scout the next team. Let's go.
Scouting report.
Later, Robert.
Later, Robert.
KS2, what up,
Appreciate it,
homie?
Robert.
Hey, like I said, I was sitting there surrounded by freaking cow bitches, and they were sitting there for 5 minutes, sitting there going, "Remember the Titans, remember the Titans," and then I just dead silence when he kicked that field goal, and it was very gratifying, but very very happy, very pleased. But Merry Christmas to y'all. I gotta feel like my mom's is moving the scales for us here because
That's right,
she would have been living
KS2.
for
Got
this.
the dub from mom. That's right, buddy.
Yeah.
I remember yesterday you talking about it.
So my sister was there. She had a great time, obviously, and but a great win and really it was more intense than I had hoped for, but I got the win in the end. Let's go on to Baltimore now and get it done again. So Merry Christmas to y'all, and y'all have a good night.
Later, KS2. Appreciate you, brother.
Later, man.
Hooked Up
Yes,
Joe,
absolutely,
give us
KS.
your final goodbyes and all that good Christmas cheer you got.
The final thought is we growing up, we used to open our gifts on Christmas Eve, and we got our Christmas gift we always wanted. This was the Christmas gift we wanted this year. Merry Christmas to everybody, and fins up.
Fins up.
Thank you, Hooked Up Joe. Merry Christmas to you.
I'll second that for sure, man. This is
Absolutely.
definitely the early Christmas present I want to open.
Early
up for
Christmas
sure.
present.
And really
No
quick
cold.
on that note, Cap, I as well as my mom as a traditional German, we also do the celebration on Christmas Eve to the point where we actually usually set up and decorate our Christmas tree on Christmas Eve as well, and then open the presents afterwards. So I am, because it's late and I'm tired. We got home about a couple hours ago, but it's 11:30 right now. I'm about a half hour early, but she had to go back home, so we ended up going ahead and taking care of that real quick. So here's my little tree, my little rosemary bush decorated as a Christmas tree.
Nice.
And you are not going to believe what she gave me under my tree, dude.
Oh, what? What'd you get?
You all know that the only jersey I own is a number 42 Charles Clay.
Yes.
Regular Nike jersey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I just opened this box with my very first ever number 13, bro.
Wow. The
And look
Dan
at
the
this.
man.
And look at this. Mitchell Ness
Nostalgia.
authentic, dude. Freaking
Wow.
game jersey. from the silver season, 25th year anniversary.
Wow.
Oh.
Dang, that one. I don't even know if you can wear that one color.
That's what I told her. She's like, is it too big? I'm like, I don't think it matters because I think this one is going in a frame.
Yeah, this one's going on the wall or something.
Right. I told her, I said I was swimming in my high school jersey, Mom, so it's probably not too big, but this ain't getting worn. No doubt about that. This ain't getting worn. This one's going up right behind me in my studio when I get things straightened back up in there. So
that's awesome, man. Sounds like a great Christmas present.
Yeah.
Crypto, go ahead, buddy. Christmas cheer. Final thoughts.
No, that was, yeah. You know, it was an early Christmas gift by the beloved Miami Dolphins that I've been a fan for over 40 years. So yeah, it's pretty good. No lump of coal in my stocking this year, so
No,
I'm
not
grateful
like
for
last
that.
year.
Yeah, it's kind of like a big burden, like a big weight off your shoulders, even though everything's not finished yet. But that's just step one to getting the main boulder off our shoulder, and that's that 50-year drought in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
That's just one. This was just one step. Was just step one of that to that.
Yep.
You know,
But
and then now
speaking of the pent up energy though, Crypto, not having slept last night, having gone the whole day, the pressure of this game and what it means for us as Dolphin fans, not for anybody else. The win, getting the win. I even told my mom, I said, I'm really concerned because, you know, I've got a lot of energy built up right now that is going to have to crash eventually. And a lot of times I don't handle that the right way. Y'all know me. You know what I mean?
You don't say, color. Continue.
Yeah. So I spoke to her. I was genuinely concerned about it. And when I opened that jersey, dude, it was just like,
oh, wow.
Let's just say the energy was channeled in a much more positive way, bro. You know what I mean? So I was able to crash in a much more better way.
Dolphins 11-4, color nice and snug and warm.
You talk about a grown man crying, dude. That's
nice and snug and warm color for your Christmas night and your new Dan Marino jersey. What a twinkle.
And she
in
says
your
there's
eye,
another
huh?
one on the way that didn't make it in time.
Well,
I don't know what it is, but we'll see. I know it's a jersey, but I don't know what it is.
Let's see if it's one you can wear because that one's going on the shelf, buddy.
I have my suspicions because she has her own favorite player right now, and she knows he's one of mine as well. So I have my suspicions of who it is.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, but we'll say that my suspicions involve a capital U and a capital M, and that's what I'll leave it at.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. Crypto, land the plane.
No, that's good. As I mentioned earlier, we secured ourselves a base of a 6 seed if things don't go out well over the next 2 weeks. The lowest we could finish is 6. So that's the floor. So we know the ceiling is number 1, is to get that number 1 seed. So we have established our floor today, but now we got to go establish our ceiling in the next 2 weeks, and I'll close with that.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I'll say this, guys, as we are creeping up to Santa Claus, who I thought I heard some reindeer up on top of the roof here. I don't know.
Last time I saw him was about probably about 6 o'clock in the stadium or so.
I don't know, man. He's out there putting gifts all underneath everybody's tree. So you guys don't want to miss him by being awake too late. You better get to bed. You know, everybody, Merry Christmas. If you haven't hit the like button, then you'll find coal in your stocking. If you haven't shared the video or told someone about TFTG, the Grinch is going to steal your Christmas. And you're going to make the Dolphins lose. Now what? Now you're a terrible Dolphins fan. So you all need to hit the like button, comment at the end of the video, share the video, help us out, and Merry Christmas, everybody. Fins up.
Merry Christmas.